Yo, what's up everyone? iRAWT here. In this tutorial, I'd like to share some techniques I use when drawing 3D for letters. 3D is an extremely important component of any graffiti piece. If your 3D fails, your entire piece will fail. So prior to this video, I drew some letters, scanned them, and then printed multiple copies on regular paper. I highly recommend you try this for practice, especially when you're still learning 3D. So the first method I'm going to demonstrate is probably the most common. That's Block 3D. In this example, we're going to draw our 3D shifting to the left. The first step is to draw your 3D lines. Now the length of these lines will determine how thick your 3D will look. You'll notice here that I'm identifying key corners on my letters where I will draw 3D lines from. Now your 3D lines must be drawn parallel to each other, and they should visibly appear to be the same length. So let's go ahead and draw out those lines now. Next, it's time to connect the 3D lines. When you connect these lines, it's important that they follow the angle of your original letter. Oftentimes, I'll lightly trace the edge of my original letter before drawing the connection lines. This is just to ensure that I'm drawing the angles correctly. I think of it as somewhat similar to how a golfer or baseball player would practice their swing as they warm up before they commit. This can be especially helpful when you're dealing with more complex letters. Now when all your lines are connected, go ahead and fill in your 3D with black and you're all finished. Here are some additional examples of the basic block 3D going up, down, right, and left. Next up is one-point perspective 3D. The first step to this method is to draw a single vanishing point anywhere you like. For this example, I'll draw it in the upper right corner. Now draw your 3D lines going toward that vanishing point. Again, try to make sure that your lines visually appear to be the same length. After that, we connect the 3D lines just like we did in our previous example. Make sure to constantly compare your lines to your original letter so that these angles match. When you're done, fill it in with black and you're all finished. Here's some more examples of one-point perspective 3D. Some graffiti artists like to place their vanishing point on the inside of their letters as well as below. I encourage that you experiment with this so that you see what you like best. Last up is drop shadow 3D. This style is commonly used in throw-ups, but you can use it whenever you'd like. It starts out exactly like the block 3D method. Choose a direction, draw your 3D lines, and then connect them. Next, we want to erase our 3D lines only. Be careful not to erase the connection lines that you just drew. You can darken your connection lines so that you can see them a little bit more clearly. To finish, draw new 3D lines that closely match the original letter. Notice once more how lightly tracing over the edge of your original letter beforehand will help guide you when you're drawing new 3D lines. What's great about doing an exercise like this is you'll get tons of practice, you'll become proficient in 3D, and if you plan on painting your piece to a wall or a canvas, you'll know exactly what type of 3D will look best for your letters. That'll conclude this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And if you liked the video, please show some love. Hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Thanks guys, take care, peace.